Okay, from popular demand, just going to make it and no reason to wait. We've got all the files people are going to put in, and let's get going. What do we have? Manchester at Southside. Let's get this thing going. Southside with a win. Manchester competing for lottery balls with Northwest. That's going to be a fun one to watch, a battle. Carolina beat San Francisco. Carolina looks like they got a pretty good spot at that top. Beantown maintains their lead up there. Crystal Lake, Lehigh at Illinois. Oh, Vita Blue back from injury beats Lehigh. Ouch. Philly a win. Vegas beat Chicago and Lancaster, so on to the 18th. Lancaster gets a win. They need a win to they're 4 back of Chicago, trying to get back into the playoff hunt. Carolina, Northwest beats Beantown. Crystal Lake a winner. Illinois takes another one from Lehigh. Can Illinois hold off San Francisco? Who knows? Chicago wins. Beantown at Lancaster. Beantown 4-3. Illinois on a roll. David was depressed yesterday, giving up. Chicago wins. Washington wins. Lehigh at Carolina. Lehigh's going to need to get some wins against Carolina for sure. Crystal Lake, Southside. Southside a winner. Manchester. San Fran beats Illinois. Ooh, those head-to-head games are going to mean a lot. Philly, Gary, Northwest, Lehigh over Carolina, and Lancaster beats Beantown. So Lancaster now 4.5 back, not technically out of it, but that's a lot to catch Chicago, who's been hot. Lancaster at Beantown. Lancaster gets the win. Union Stewards a win. Illinois beats San Fran in 10 innings. Philly a winner. Gary a winner. Washington wins, and Southside on to the 22nd. Stewards, Carolina. We'll go to the 23rd. I'm going to stop on the 25th. We'll see who's hot and who's not. Southside a winner. Philly a winner. Chicago and Gary. Southside can Lancaster needs wins. They get one here. Philly wins. Chicago wins. They need both Philly and Lancaster to have a chance. Need Chicago to lose. Manchester, the spoilers. Crystal Lake a win. Gary a win. And Union Stewards get beat. Philly beats Beantown. Manchester. Oh my God, Lehigh is falling. Lancaster wins. Chicago wins. San Fran and Carolina beats Illinois. So it looks like as we go into the 26th, let's see who's. Oh, never mind. I just hit play all games. Let's cancel. That's not what I wanted to do. But who cares? What are we up to? We are up to the 28th. Take a look at the standings. What do we have? Anything to worry about? Beantown, Washington, Chicago, all within a game and a half of each other. What the heck? Lancaster still technically. Well, no, Lancaster, Philly. The E means eliminated um, from the division win. Lehigh and Carolina still a chance there, although Carolina's pretty much got a lock on that. But any one of those teams could win over on the other side. So let's get into this. The 28th, Gary a winner. Lehigh gets shut out by San Fran. Beantown a winner. And Lancaster wins. So Chicago and Beantown. Beantown in a big win holds on to first with that win. Southside a winner. Vegas beats Gary and Lancaster loses. So this is going to hurt Lancaster as we go to the 30th. Carolina shuts out Illinois. Carolina's going to end up getting the bye, it looks like. Chicago wins. Vegas wins. So on to the first. Carolina shuts out Illinois again. Oh, San Francisco is now getting closer. So can San Fran win and put pressure? Crystal Lake a winner. Washington beats Beantown. Can Lehigh beat San Francisco? David hopes so. And they can't. And now one game separates Illinois and San Francisco for that playoff spot. On to the second. Oh, got this one, Vegas and Northwest. Northwest wins. On to the second. And Lehigh beat San Francisco. Music to David's ears. Illinois wins. Northwest a winner. And on to the third. I think there's one last game Lehigh plays Crystal Lake. Beantown beats Washington and holds on to a one-game lead. Manchester a win. Crystal Lake wins. Illinois wins. And Chicago wins. On to the fourth. Crystal Lake. The season is over. Oh my God, what do we have here? Lehigh 3-7 in the last 10. An epic collapse there gives Carolina the win. Beantown and Chicago will go on the road to face Washington in round one. Illinois comes into Lehigh in round one in the No More Tears. I'll tune in a little bit later in its own broadcast. We'll do a draft lottery now that we can get those figured out. But here we go. We will post this regular season is over. Let's get ready for the playoffs. Get in, you keepers.